Welcome to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Sharpen your words, strengthen your mind, and serve with intention.
Miles, I want to start with a question for you and for everyone listening. Have you ever tried to stick to a diet and it just falls apart the second you're tired or stressed? I mean, I've been there. But here's the thing. I've never seen a vegetarian cave and eat a steak because they were in a bad mood. It's not about willpower. It's about identity. If you're a vegetarian, you don't need to debate every menu. It's just who you are. That's the difference we're talking about today. Identity versus motivation.
Yeah, I love that. And honestly, I think most of us, myself included, have spent way too much time chasing motivation. Like it's this magic fuel that'll finally get us to the gym or help us speak up in meetings. But motivation is, well, it's moody. It's like emotional weather. Some days it's sunny. Some days it's just gray and drizzly. But identity, that's the climate. It sticks around. There's actually some cool neuroscience behind this too. The reticular activating system, RAS for short, basically acts like a filter in your brain. If you start telling yourself, I'm a leader, your brain starts noticing chances to act like one.
Exactly. And the research backs it up. Motivation fades, but identity forms habits. I think James Clear said it best. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So if you're always waiting to feel motivated, you're going to be waiting a long time. But if you anchor yourself in who you're becoming, your actions start to line up, even on the days you don't feel like it. Miles, you had a story about this, right? About Marco?
Yeah, so Marco worked in a warehouse, no fancy title, no corner office, but he saw himself as the calm, reliable one. He always listened and spoke with intention, never skipped his checklist, and when things went sideways, people looked to him. He wasn't the manager, but he acted like the person he wanted to become. And, eventually he got promoted. But the real shift happened before the title ever changed. He intentionally set the tone. He was the thermostat, not the thermometer. He didn't check the temperature. He set the temperature. That's what identity does. It's not about waiting for the right feeling. It's about showing up with the right frame.
That's so good, and it ties back to what we talked about in the first few chapters, how the words you use, even with yourself, shape your reality. If your inner voice is saying, I'm just trying to get by, you'll act like it. But if you start saying, I'm the kind of person who leads, who finishes, who sets the tone, your brain starts looking for ways to make that true. It's not magic, it's mindset. And it's way more reliable than waiting for a burst of motivation.
So let's get practical. James Clear breaks down behavior change into 3 layers: outcome, process, and identity. Most people start with outcomes like, I want to lose 10 pounds. Then they try to build a process, I'll go to the gym 3 times a week. But the real game changer is identity. I am a healthy person. That's the gold standard. When you see yourself as a healthy person, going to the gym isn't a chore, it's just what you do.
Right, and that's where those I am becoming statements come in. It's not about pretending you're already there, it's about setting a direction, like, I am becoming the kind of person who finishes what they start, or I am becoming the culture setter in my team. And you can make it stick with habit stacking. For example, after you pour your morning coffee, you review your who I'm becoming statement, or you do a quick mirror rep. Look yourself in the eye and say, I'm a pro, I set the tone. It may sound cheesy, but it works. I've done it before big meetings, and it totally shifts my energy.
Yeah, and I'll admit, I used to roll my eyes at that stuff. But then I started seeing it work for people who never thought of themselves as leaders. Like, I had a client who started calling themselves the systems builder at work. Suddenly, they were the one people went to when things got messy. It's like once you name the identity, your actions start to follow. And it's not just for work. I mean, you can be the calm parent, the reliable friend, whatever fits your life.
Absolutely. I remember this one meeting where I was nervous, like palms sweaty nervous, but I told myself I'm the coach in the room, not the critic, not the bystander, the coach. And it changed how I spoke, how I listened, even how I sat in my chair. It's wild how a simple shift in identity can change your presence. And honestly, it's way more sustainable than trying to hype yourself up every time you're tired or stressed.
And that's the thing. Motivation needs coffee. Identity just shows up. If you're listening and you want to make a change, start with who you're becoming, not just what you want to do. Write it down, say it out loud, stack it onto something you already do. That's how you build habits that actually stick.
So let's bring it home. Identity is a thermostat. A goal is a thermometer. The thermostat sets the temperature. It decides what the room feels like. The thermometer just reports what's already there. If you say, I'm a healthy person, you set the standard. If you say, I'm trying to lose weight, you're just measuring what you're attempting to do. One is proactive, the other is reactive.
Yeah, and acting before you feel ready, that's the secret sauce. Again, every action is a vote for the person you want to become. David Goggins calls it mental callousing. You don't wait for the mood, you do the thing, and the identity follows. So let's do a quick brainstorm. Think about one area where you want to level up. Maybe it's leadership, maybe it's being more present at home, maybe it's just finishing what you start. What's the identity you want to claim? I am the culture setter. I am the finisher. I am the calm in the storm.
And then what's one small action you can take today, not next week, today? That proves it. Maybe you run the morning huddle, or you check in on a teammate, or you just finish that one nagging task. The point is, you don't have to feel ready. You just have to act like the person you want to become. That's how you move from intention to embodiment.
And don't just keep it in your head. Write down your I am becoming statement. Share it in the community or wherever you connect with people who get it. That's where the real reps happen. And if you want to make it stick, do the action items. Don't just listen, do. That's how you build the muscle, not just the mood.
Couldn't have said it better. So, as we wrap up, remember, the most powerful identity isn't loud, it's consistent. You don't need to feel ready to start, you just need to act from who you're becoming. We want to hear your stories, your I am becoming statements, your wins and your stumbles. Share them with us and with each other. That's how we all get better.
All right, that's it for today. Imani, always a pleasure. And to everyone listening, set your thermostat. We'll see you next time.
Keep building, keep becoming. See you in the next chapter.
You've been listening to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Remember, ideas don't change things. Action does.